All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew 870 Studying Bro, right? Anyways, welcome to the Studying Brew episode 870. I was about ready to say, bro, what a great day. It has been a great day. It has been a good day. It is a great weekend as well. I hope you guys had a good one. We got to see the grandkid. We got to have fun with friends. And I hope you had a fulfilling day, weekend as well. Doing the things that matter, right? Being with family, being with friends, making memories, the things that matter, right? My name is Andy. I'm the guy that answers all the phone call, text messages, and all the stuff in the background, but you're not here for me. You're here for who is in the foreground. That's Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know so that way you too can get a pass notice. Yes, this tax season, we need you to be in the front lines gathering up that information so you can start some accounts, some IRAs, lower tax liability. Oh my gosh, doesn't that sound fun? Brandy loves that stuff. You want to make Brandy happy? Give her a big pile of paperwork and tell her to see if she can lower some tax liabilities. She shakes her head, but she loves it.
Yeah.
She loves it. I think in her last life, she was a contract lawyer.
Probably.
That's what I really think. She liked to look through contracts. That's her thing. But I want to say this. We are into the second week of March. We are heading into St. Patty's Day. Is that the 17th?
That is on Sunday, yes.
But you know what's on Tuesday? Tomorrow.
Nothing. It's just a
12th of March.
That's it. Just a day.
I'm saying it's just somebody's birthday. It's not anybody's here.
It's just
I don't want to point out that anybody. I'm just saying 12th of March is somebody's birthday. That's all I'm saying.
It's just Tuesday.
Just Tuesday, the 12th.
Tuesday.
Anyways, take it what you will. I didn't want to mention it because I told her I wouldn't mention it. I mean, I didn't told that person I wouldn't mention it.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And I'm just reminding you guys, it's just Tuesday.
Right. So as we have a great
it's my cousin's birthday.
Yeah, sure.
She'll be 21.
Right. Yeah.
Legit. She'll be 21.
You're right. Anyway. This is what I'm going to say. As we're heading into the second week of March and it's getting into that spring fever, we're getting into the summer. We're like this, as the markets already have shorts out in the open and selling suntan lotion, and we're barely out of the winter. We've already adjusted the time and all that stuff, right? We're heading into summer. I know there's conventions. I know there's stuff going on. Guys, do not get off the gas, man. I don't know how many conversations I had with people who are like, yeah, I went after it. I was going for it. And then what happened? I don't know what happened. It just fizzled out. Now what do? How do I start over? Guys, that is the worst part. That is the hardest part. Just stay on it. Just keep going all the way through it. Get through the material, start quizzing, start getting onto that stuff. If you're a member, be plugged in to all the member sessions that we have, especially the all sessions, all members. It's going to help you. The Studying Brew is going to help you. You got to definitely make that happen. Yeah, see, there's someone on here is like, I'm not scheduling a date. Yeah, don't schedule a date, especially you, because I know it's been difficult to stay consistent. This is the first step. Everybody write this down. This is the first step of passing. This is the first thing you got to do. This is the number one thing you have to do before you even crack a book, before you schedule a dang exam, before you clear out the schedule for babysitters, before you decide to just even open a quiz, any of this. This is the first thing you got to do. You ready? Make a decision. That's it. Rule number 2, stay committed to the first thing you wrote down, which is your decision. That's it. Make a dang decision to stay committed to that decision. That's it. And if you want to get really fancy, the third thing to help you pass is be consistent. Decide, commit, be consistent. Those are the 3 ingredients. If I could boil it down to 3 simple things, 3 things you can write down every day and look at it. Decide, commit, be consistent. It's that simple. That's it. And then everything else, you ask yourself, does it help me with my decision? Does it get me to what I've decided to do? Whether it's your business, this goal, studying and getting your licenses, is anything that you're doing right now help you with the goals and the decisions that you've made and committed to? You turn on the TV. Is this helping me get to the decision that I've made and the commitments that I've made? Does this help me get there? And if the answer is no, turn it off. Does this party help me get to where I need to go with the decisions and the commitments that I've made? If it doesn't, then don't go. Does that thing that I need to go to, that they keep telling me I need to go to, does it help me with the decisions and commitments that I need to do? Does it help me get there? No. Then don't go. Don't do it. That's it. It's that simple. But yet it's the most difficult thing that anybody can do. Right? Yeah. I'm just saying. But it's the most simplistic. So tonight, as you're going over what I need to do to get this done by my goal date, make a dang decision, commit to it, stay consistent. That's it. That's all I want y'all to do. That's it. Don't have the regret if what would happen if I would have stayed on it, if I would have stayed committed. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. That's all you need to do. And just, that's it. With that, let's get on to it, Brandy. Let's go ahead and share that screen. Let all the fine people know where they can join us for our member stuff that I just talked about. We got our all sessions, all members today, this afternoon. We already had the 26 and the 65. Tomorrow we'll be on to the Kona Academy. We'll be doing week 2. If you missed week 1, if you just scroll through the feed, you'll find the review for week 1. If you missed it, if you're doing that, and you can just catch up and start doing week 2. Whatever it is, right? And then some people are like, do you have a syllabus? Oh, do we have a syllabus? It's called the 21-day plan. Everything we do in the academy is in that 21-day plan. So it doesn't matter if you want to do the academy, which is a guided program with Brandy, about an hour and a half if you're doing the SIE, or you can do the 21-day plan. Do it on your own time. Do it at your own will. Go faster, go slower, go at your own pace. Do what you got to do. We have it all laid out in the 21-day plan as to what you want to do. It's really 2 different plans, but one great membership will get you into both. Whatever, you just decide which way you want to go. So 1 price, 2 options. So we have that available over there on Patreon. We also have study guides, ebooks. You can print them out. The SIE, if you are a member, it has a great interactive feature. It has video explanations as you go through that study guide. It is the keywords tonight on the Studying Brew. We are going to do keyword connections, keywords, Kona catchphrase. It's all about keywords. And some people go, well, where can I find those keywords? There you go. That's in our study guide. It's all nicely highlighted. We make it easy for you to to understand what you need to know, right? And all you need to know. And I know a lot of people go, wow, that's not a lot. No, it's not a lot to pass an exam. That's what we're trying to get at. SIE 6 and 63, 26 courts also available. And then we have the Kona community, the Discord. That's where you can link up with Brandy. You can message her direct, ask those studying questions, meet the community, study with all the rest of the Kona fam. Got all that available. Scan the QR code, hit the links in the chat. We also got that phone number, 951-290-3077. And you can give me a call or a text. Except this weekend I was horrible. I missed an important phone call because I was bouncing my baby grandboy on my knee at the time, and we were having that moment. And I'm sorry about that. But I know that person knows I mean in the most sincerest way. But yeah, other than that, I'm free and I'll call you and text you back. So should be good this weekend. All right. We got Instagram, we got Telegram. Yep, there's that reminder for week 2. SIE starts at 9:30 a.m. End at the day 63, 1 o'clock. Week 2 tomorrow of the 4 week. All right. What do we got else got? That's it?
That's it.
All right, let's do it. Let's get going. Kona catchphrase. Brandy's gonna put up questions and answers up on the screen. I'm gonna read the answers first because we always read answers first here at Kona. Why? Because it helps you read the questions with intent. If you know where the question's going, if you know what to look for, then guess what? It makes it a lot easier for you not to have to read over and over the question, read the questions over and over and over again. So many people so focus on the content and they think if they memorize all the content and whatever they're studying, that they're going to get an 80, 90%, and they're going to pass the exam. Guys, that is just so little part of like passing these exams. You got to be able to read these questions and know what they're asking you first. That way you can get the answer. Does that make sense? Or know that your answer is right. But you got to be able to read through all of the mess because they throw a lot of stuff, a lot of smoke and mirrors. So we focus on these keywords tonight. So what we want you to do is go in the chat, put you think are the key words to the answers. Then we're going to put what is the keywords that you found in the question, and then see how you match up. Brandy will do all the explaining, but see how you see it. Patterns, any kind of opposites, similars, maybe two answers start the same way. That could be a key. Anyways, well, let's do it, Brandy. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, D, a portion of the management fees. C, a portion of the earnings on the investments. B, a portion of the back end load. A, 12B1 fees. I know what I would be thinking. A has a number. That's right. A is also different.
Because it has a number?
Just because it doesn't say a portion, I guess. But I know what you're going to say.
What?
It's similar.
No.
No? Okay. I was going to say similar because it has the fees.
So the hunch would be?
What's the hunch? Nobody?
Mm-mm.
Nobody? Got anything else? That's it?
Mm-mm.
Portion? Back end load? All right. A no load fund may cover expenses related to a fund promotion and distribution by using. Do we need to know content for this?
Not really. I mean, you can cross off. There you go. You can cross off the fact that the question says no load, so it can't be the back end load.
Right.
Right. And it says expenses related to promotion and distribution. So that's not management. And it wouldn't be earning.
It would be earnings from the investment. Can you imagine?
So
that's it. You're left with A, even if you don't understand why. Right off the bat. See, if you would have got a hunch, you were like, oh, 12B1. Yeah, it's different than all the rest. You would have got it right. Go with it. D, dollar cost averaging. C, rights of accumulation. B, exchange privilege. A, letter of intent. Should we do, never mind. I was going to say letter of intent, like I intend to pay it. I intend to give you that money. An IOU, if you will. D is different is what I got there from John. A is different from Tim.
well, let's go with D. What's an important, like, that's a concept, right? Dollar cost averaging.
Averaging is just taking the highs and the lows and just meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
Just averaging it out. Rights of accumulation, I guess, would be something you've accumulated, you collected, right? Something you collected in your closet, your back room. My Pops collection I've accumulated. And then exchange is the things I've traded back and forth. Me and Tim, we go back and forth with our Pop collection.
Okay. So do you guys see what we just did there? We took it out of securities and we just used real world connections. Two words that we use on a daily basis: intent, exchange, accumulation, averaging. Do you guys see that?
Make it simple.
Okay, you guys ready?
I know there's supposed to be keywords, but guys, see that? That how simple that was?
Well, that is, look here. I'll circle. I'll do this. There. Those are your keywords.
Intent, exchange, accumulation, averaging. Those are your keywords. Which of the following provisions allows investors to purchase Class A mutual fund shares and qualifies them to obtain a sales charge reduction without initially depositing the amount required? Ooh, what's the keywords? We already know what the answer is going to be, but what's the keywords? What's the keywords? Don't just put letter. What's the keywords?
I know you guys are putting later, but how? There you go.
Later. Yeah, put the keywords. Without initially depositing. Perfect, Jasmine. I don't have all the initial deposit there, but I promise, right?
Look at that.
I got you, bro.
Look at that.
Next paycheck.
And some of you who are just starting out go, I haven't even studied.
See
I'll
how,
say.
yeah. And then like back to what I said when we first started, look at all the stuff that was totally unnecessary. Like you, Brandy, scribble out everything that was unnecessary in that question.
Well, I guess we can do that.
That was it. Everything else was totally unnecessary. Everything else was to throw you off. So that way you get all stuck and go, well, I don't know about Class A fund qualification. There you go.
Any tip to forget securities knowledge? Yeah.
Don't think too hard
Approach a question
without using securities.
looking at the words first without using securities. Do this. Ready? I wonder if I can get to the right answer without knowing the question.
Do this, do this, do this. How would Andy answer it? So you know I'm not throwing no securities knowledge at this thing. All right. Sending invitations to events being held by the brokerage firm. Calling prospective customers to determine whether they want to receive some investment literature. B, pre-qualifying potential customers before passing them on to a registered representative. A, asking whether a potential customer wants to speak with a registered representative.
Go a little bit deeper than brokerage firm and registered rep. A little bit deeper. Go a little bit deeper because brokerage firm, that's not, how do I want to say? I'm going to totally sound grammarly.
Why doesn't A sound just like, I don't know what you guys are going at, but I'm just saying like A, it sounds legit. Like, okay, that's not bad. Like I'm a potential, do you want to speak to a registered rep? Eh, I guess.
Okay.
Like I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't know where it's going. I just like, oh, okay. Pre-qualifying potential customers before passing them on to a registered representative. I feel like that's a little bit too much. Pre-qualifying. Like, how you qualifying me, bro? And who are you to qualify me? I like got questions on that. Calling prospective customers to determine whether they want to receive some investment literature. I don't know. Maybe.
It's pretty basic, right?
Yeah. I'm like, sounds okay, I guess.
Okay.
Sending invitations to events being held by the brokerage firm. Doesn't say what kind of event. It could be a circus. Could be, I don't know, an ice cream social. Like, I guess, right? I guess that's okay. B's the only one that stands out.
Okay.
That's me. But I don't know. What do you guys got? Joanna's got ask equals vague. Prequal, need to have a license. Call perspective equals boring. Send invite, form of communication. Not bad. What are you allowed to do? A non-registered employee of a brokerage firm is allowed to do each of the following except. I'm going to go with my B answer.
Yeah. I mean, Andy broke it all down for you guys pretty basically.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I didn't mean to be rude to the person in the chat who is going brokerage firm, broker dealer. Like, look, I am breaking it down in the most simplistic way, guys. Just looking at the words and the keywords on what they're saying to me.
Well, and that's what I want you. That's why I was trying to say the brokerage firm and the registered rep were too general, right? We wanted to go a little bit deeper, and I was gonna say like grammatically speaking, what would be the subject? Like, what makes D or what makes A different than B? Does that make sense? They're both talking about registered representatives, so why is A different than B? That's what I want you guys to see. What's the point of that statement? What's the point of A? What's the point of B? When you guys can find the point of, now we're working with that observations.
She calls it the point of, I call it the vibe. I just vibe it out. Like, dude, that sounds like not a good vibe there. Why are you pre-qualifying me? D, expungement. Ooh. C, reclamation. B, retraction. A, excision. Did I say that right? Is it excision? Excision reminds me of The Exorcist.
There
I'm
you go.
exercising the demons out of your investment. I don't know. Retraction. I'm taking it back. Right. Reclamation. I'm reclaiming that. Anybody got expungement? I always think of like expungement, like when you do a like maybe you have
Stop.
like a da-da-da.
You are giving everybody all the answers.
Oh,
Hide. Well, it's the opposite of sponge, right? Expunge. Opposite of sponge. There you go. See? Expunge. See, they all sound bad, right? Do they all sound bad? I don't know. Do they all sound bad?
I don't know. In the context of the question, maybe.
I feel like D's an answer. Have we heard of any of these other words before? I don't know. You tell me I'm too easy on them.
I'm like, because I just see blank faces on the screen. I'm like, dude, just take it out of securities. Information in FINRA CRD and broker check is found to be incorrect. The process by which it can be removed is referred to as. What are the keywords in the question? Removed. That would be one.
There you go. Okay, so if I'm removed, isn't that opposite of absorbing?
Yeah.
Right? Removed, opposite of absorbing. And that's what sponges do.
Sponges take in, don't they? They take
Right.
in. So if I'm not sponging it, I'm expunging it means I'm taking it out.
Also, somebody put in the chat that it's removed, right? So that we can get rid of the we can keep the X's, right? Get rid of the re's. Just because it says remove doesn't mean that removed has anything to do with retraction and reclamation, right?
Well, when you say that means I'm taking it back in.
Right.
I'm trying it again.
Right. So, because we don't even know what this is.
Expungement is what I was gonna say. Is it reminds me of when you commit a crime when you're young adult, and they say this is going to be expunged from your record over time. And they take that off of your criminal record, like you don't have a record anymore,
right?
Because you're a good boy.
I mean, when I pulled these questions this evening, I thought these were.
I think people try way too hard.
Yeah, stop thinking, guys.
Way too hard.
Stop thinking.
Hey, stop. Before we go on, this next one, this is what I want you all to do. This is what I want you all to do. Stop thinking. Just look at the words for what they are. Stop thinking.
Guys, all of these
stop being securities.
All of these questions can be answered without securities knowledge. Every single one of these.
Every single one of these things I'm looking at and putting up all the answers apparently is I'm just looking at the words that I know that they are that I know. That's it.
So, what did Andy say? Stop thinking.
Stop thinking. Just be simple.
Try it.
Be simple, Andy.
Let's go.
D, value. C, cyclical. B, growth. A, defensive. What are the words? What do you know them to be outside of it? Jenna's just saying D is different. A is protect. C in a circle. I always think of like a bicycle too. There you go. Joanna, defense, protect, growth, increase, right? Value equals worth. Ooh, I like that.
I was thinking of the value brand at Walmart.
D, cost or money. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's value.
Value.
Or money.
Right. It has some sort of, I think we got enough there.
I think we totally have enough.
That's a no thinking thing. Common stock issues that offer above average growth, but rarely pay cash dividends are typically described as, what are the keywords? Growth, keyword.
How about,
Cash
there you
dividends,
go.
above average.
Look,
Above average growth.
what matches? There you go.
Increase.
See that? See that? That was so easy. That was so much easier.
If you were thinking D, I see where you went wrong, but we're looking at keeping it simple.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, and guys, look, you're not always going to see one that's different or one that's opposite or one that's similar. Like this one is not going to, like this, what this answer set isn't anything that's different or anything like that. It's just simply words on the screen. Sometimes, guys, sometimes it's just words. Sometimes there's going to be a hint, and sometimes it's just a simple match. This question, just a simple match.
If we were flying through this, we'd just be like growth in the question.
Click it.
Click it.
Just click it. All right.
All right. Now you had to throw some numbers up here.
I did, because people freak out, and I don't want you guys to freak out. Don't freak out, man.
1.5%, C 1.67, B 6.3, A 6.
D has no 6. That is very
A
true.
is the third highest. D has no 6. A is a whole number. Very good. How about lowest highest? Oh, Brandy already put it on the screen.
Oh, sorry. That's a habit. Sorry. Sorry.
Who's giving away answers now?
Sorry. That's a habit. Boom, boom. I always go lowest, highest, third.
Who's giving away?
Who's
gonna?
C has 2 decimals.
I think 1.67 is
Deep.
I'm like, that's pretty what do I want to say? You're going to the hundredth. Like that's like, wow. That's like that's intense. That's how precise we're going. See, I think of a machinist way because I used to work on machines. I'm like, to the 100th? Wow.
Yeah, like
it's a close margin there.
Like to me, I'm gonna go like this. Third highest, Jasmine. Third highest, right? If you look, 1.5 is the lowest. Then it goes 1.67. Then it goes 6. And then it goes 6.3.
Right.
Third off the top.
6 is the third highest.
Okay, so let's look at the question.
The past quarter, XYZ preferred stock has paid a 1.5 dividend. If XYZ preferred stock has a par value of 100 and is currently trading at $95, what's stock's current yield? Preferred stock has paid a $1.50 dividend. If XYZ preferred stock has a par value of 100 and a current trading at $95, what's the stock of current yield?
So this one, no. Guys, you have to pay attention to the words on the screen. All of you are going 150, 1.5.
1.5.
No, it's not. Because it only paid this quarter. Do we own? Okay, guys, look. Do we figure out by a quarter? Or do we always figure out annual? We always figure out annual. Always, 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 always. 1.5 is 15 minutes. 4 quarters. That's 60 minutes. That's 6%. That is how I did the math today. That's literally.
You lost people because they're all, why do we have time?
Because it's a quarter. What's a quarter? Like, what's 115?
She took it out of math.
Took it out of math.
And put it onto a clock.
Correct. 25. No, that's dollars. 15. Do we see 100 on this?
Put it on a clock, bro.
Put it on the clock. Because you know why? The reason I'm trolling. See you. I see you. Look, I saw the 6 and the 6.3 right there. And I saw the quarter. And I'm like, 60 minutes, 15 minutes is in a quarter, blah, blah, blah. Or you guys could have simply took a calculator and got 1.50 times 4 is $6, right? Right? But why are you telling me that you're currently trading? Oops. and 95. Why are you telling me that? You're currently trading and it's asking me what the current yield is. I know it can't be equal. It has to be. Cross off all the important things.
All the unimportant things. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that helps people when you cross off all the things they didn't need to pay attention to. Does that highlight the keywords for you? Good.
And then all I did, guys, was match that to that. And this was way too low.
If you're thinking in a yearly, you know that 1.6 and 1.5 is going to be too dang low. Like that's what they're not going to do any kind of anything.
There's another deep cut in here, by the way. There's another deep cut. Now, guys, you remember that I don't like math, right? So I'm going to take a different color.
Can I do it the way I thought of it? 1.5, 1.6 make no dang sense. I would have crossed them off. 6, and then I have left over is 6 and 6.3. 6 for something to add on a whole number just sounds ridiculous to me. 6.3, that's probably more likely. I'm going with B just based on the fact that I don't think anything old is going to land on a whole number.
So I did this.
That's just me. That's just common sense for me.
This would be a quarter. This is slightly higher. I know it can't be a quarter, so this has to be the annual, and this is slightly higher. So that's the answer.
If you have to pick out a calculator, you're thinking too hard. So if you're a person that was like, I'm lost on the math, I don't get it. There's other ways to look at this stuff and kind of get there at least a 50-50 shot like I did with the 1.6, 1.5. That doesn't make sense.
Exactly. You guys saw 3 different ways of answering the same question that didn't need to know knowledge. I didn't have to explain them what the current yield was and what the seesaw and all that stuff. I didn't have to explain any of that. I just matched the 2 current currents. Boom, boom. You're telling me it's lower. I'm just going to take that 6.3. That's it.
Less thinking equals more right.
Yes.
For some, it's really that simple. Yeah. And Michelle, you're not alone. There's some people that have to do the math. They have to do the math. They can't get away from the math. I have to do the math. Like, you don't understand. My brain needs the math. Okay, that's great. Do it quick because this is a timed exam. And if you can find a shortcut to get through some of these ones that are quote unquote math questions that are really not, and you can save time and bank that time, it's going to help you in the long run on those ones you really have to take a lot of time to think about.
So I'm going to mention this real quick. So my daughter is doing this thing called an ed puzzle anyways for her science. And the question was how many or how length of time for something about evolution. 1 life, 1 year, 5,700 lives, or 5,700 years. And she goes, well, it's evolution. So I know that doesn't happen in a year. A, D, you're out. And it says time, lives, you're out. So the answer was 5,700 years. She didn't read a thing. She didn't look at anything. She just reasoned it out using the techniques. And she was right. That's all she did.
And that's what we want you to do. Just look at it and reason it out in your head.
Yeah.
Just reason it out. And a lot of times you don't need to do the dang math.
No.
You don't.
No.
And a lot of times, guess what? I hate to tell you this. Most of you get the math wrong anyway when you think you know math. Your math is so off.
I related it to time, guys. 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour.
I relate it to I just can't do math. So I'm like, okay, well, just common sense it out. And a lot of times, guys, grenades and horseshoes, you just got to get close enough. And that's mainly the exam. If you ask people, they'll tell you. That's it. You just got to get close enough. Grenades and horseshoes. Just get close enough. So I don't, there's a lot of people that love math. There's a lot of people on here who hate math. Like they're just math adverse.
And
And I get it.
you person who loves math, I have awesome math, huh?
All right, everybody. I hope that gave you a lesson in thinking less, just reasoning it out things, looking at the words of what they are just based on what you know that they are, just in regular life. Apply that stuff and just go for it. Most of the time, you're going to be right. And then all you need to be is 70% right anyway. So good enough right is going to be good enough.
If we were taking a 10-question quiz, we would have got a 60 out of 10 without even looking at securities content. We would have got the first 6 questions correct.
You answer one with just some securities content, you're done. You've got a pass notice and you're walking out smiling.
Done.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
That's it.
So, all right. So we got Kona Academy tomorrow. We'll be back with test taking techniques Tuesday on the Studying Brew. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, everybody stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Guys, thank you for being on. We super appreciate you. Stop thinking is the moral of the story. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.
Good night.